And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Crimson Tide offense takes the field to start things off. And we've been really eager to see this matchup. This quarterback against an elite defense. Jesse, what does a quarterback have to keep in mind when you face a group like this?
Well, he's just going to have to be dialed in. He's had a lot of success this year so far. This is a different animal, though, in this defense he's playing. He's got to be really good with his decision-making, throwing it, running it, pre-snap, post-snap. You make one mistake against this defense, David, they make you pay.
Yeah, they're a fun defense to watch, and this is a fun challenge for their defense, too, because it's an elite quarterback, right? Like, they can make you look like you're not as good as you've been all season long, so I'm looking forward to seeing this matchup and who wins it.
Out of the gun to give to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
And sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. Motion from the wideout. Looking downfield, it's Simpson. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
Well, they try to throw for it there on 3rd down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our opponent.
Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. So Vanderbilt's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. They are going to be greeted rather rudely, I guess, by a group of defensive linemen that wreak havoc and hunt down quarterbacks, Jesse.
And they wreck games. They take away everything you do offensively. So it's a huge challenge in this one, David, for this offensive coordinator to try to call plays and find ways to get the football away from these big fellas up front because they take games over.
And get the ball out quick. Like when you've got a defensive line that can penetrate, they can get TFLs, get sacks, it's going to be on this offensive line to buy a little bit of time, but also the ball to come out quick, win in the secondary right now.
Off the play fake. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
They'll try to run for it. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
The Commodores will bring the punt team onto the field. He'll take it on the return. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. To the ground with the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, this defense is setting the tone early. 3 and out on the first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, they get a TFL. They are sending a very clear and distinct message to this offense. They are going to set the tone of this game.
Or will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? He'll do it himself. There he goes! They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Here comes the heat. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. One of the highlights of the year last season, Alabama went into Nashville coming off a win against Georgia and got knocked out of Nashville with their first loss to Vandy since 1969. Anything can happen in this crazy sport.
It was magic. It was crazy. It was Pavia time, right? Like the fourth down conversions, they held the ball for most of the game. And Jesse, remember, this is what kept the Tide out of the playoffs. You think they're a little upset?
Definitely, and they're going to have to do a better job defensively with that gun option scheme we saw from Vanderbilt in that game a year ago. They didn't have any answer for that. A few interceptions early by Jalen Milroe put him behind the 8 ball, so we just need a better effort from Alabama on both sides.
Looking to throw, it's Simpson. Snagged in the middle, it's Williams. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
You complete some of these hitch throws early, you're setting up the hitch and go. Later on, you can pump fake that, and then the receiver can pirouette right up the sideline. That might be a home run play for the offense.
Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. Just a short pass to the tight end. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Well, that was pretty easy for the quarterback, right? You just need a few yards to pick up that first, so you find the tight end, put it on his body, let him go do the work, and you keep the drive alive.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Got it in the middle. It's Bernard.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver, creating enough separation to create a positive gain.
The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. Back to throw, it's Simpson. Caught close to the marker, it's Bernard. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the 1st.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Snags it, and he will score! Touchdown, Alabama! You know what? Methuselah lived 969 years. He was born and died in the amount of time it took them to walk it down the field and score that touchdown.
And that's just so frustrating. Play after play after play. You line up, you try to do your assignment, and you fail, and they cap it off with a touchdown. Oh, Methuselah.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Pulls and fires complete. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I'll tell you, the offense might be setting up a shot down the field here. You might see them later fake the wide receiver screen and see if they can hit a tight end or another receiver running up the boundary. Keep your eye open for that.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Grabbed in the middle. It's Stowers. He'll get a fresh set of down, stopped at the 31-yard line.
And you see tight end matchups all over the field all the time now. It used to just be in the red zone. Now you just find the big fella, you put him in the slot, try to give him the ball as much as possible because you know he can make big plays.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Dropping back, it's Pavia. Firing to the right, complete. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down.
Man, you see so much of this in football now. Big body wide receivers, right? Guys that can run routes and box guys out. You want to play man-to-man coverage on me? I'll put my big body on you. You throw it near me, I'll make the contested catch.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Hoskins. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those 1st downs, get those big chunks.
Caught in the backfield, it's Alexander. And he is going to lose yardage. Nowhere to run as he is forced out of bounds.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. When you see all those defenders around your intended target like that, just throw it in the ground or throw it away. I mean, that's a completion that loses yards. You're just hurting your offense there.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. To the air on 2nd down. That's reeled in. It's Hoskins. He's down to the 37-yard line, and that's where he goes out of bounds. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And after that 1st quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the 2nd. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. Scanning the field, it's Pavia. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. Oh, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it 1st down up to 39.
Man, that is picture-perfect cover zero. When I play cover zero, I'm bringing pressure, and that ball's going to come out. Look at the defense. Ready for that ball to come out of the quarterback's hand. Nice job breaking on the football and going and making the interception.
They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. Handoff from the gun. Got a little space. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They'll send the back in motion. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Caught in the backfield, it's Cuevas. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. He hurls one deep down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. They'll run it from the gun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
The give to the back. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. That's exactly what happened.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on third down. Caught over the middle. It's Sherrill. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
When you get man coverage, you definitely like taking advantage of the inside really quickly, running a nice slant rack real quick, being physical, getting on the inside, quarterback putting it right on the money.
And the Commodores with the 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Pavia. Finds a tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
We're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. Leaves it with the back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? Commodores are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Off play action. Caught in the backfield, it's Alexander. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. Well, they were counting on winning the one-on-one battle. They got the completion, but the yardage didn't work out.
Yeah, and a lot of times, man, that's what I do on short yardage situation. 3rd and short, make my guy fall forward for a couple yards, try to get the 1st down, but it was a good tackle, and the receiver got absolutely nowhere after the catch.
Really putting together a threat now. They get the 1st. It's at the 37. From that spot on the field, you had to expect them to go for it, and it worked out.
Why the heck would you not go for it? I mean, I almost want to go for it on every part of the field, but especially once you start to get this deep in territory. But you're also, field goals aren't 100% at this distance. It's a little bit of a longer kick. Just try to keep this drive alive and try to go get extra points.
Catch in the middle. It's Alexander.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
And the Commodores with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. The RPO, it's complete. It's a seam wide open. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
The Commodores are threatening on 1st and goal. Trying to pound their way in. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
To throw, it's Pavia. Oh, man, he almost picked that one off in the end zone. Instead, it'll be third down.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing a pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself down.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Well, you just sort of felt like this defense had to do something to get this quarterback out of a rhythm, right? He's been picking them apart all drive long, and finally, they come up with a sack.
And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Absolutely perfect. That'll bring him to within 4. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He'll keep it himself. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great job staying home by the defense there. Offense trying to go option. The QB keeps it, but you see the great assignment football. Everybody's staying where they're supposed to be, and they're able to rally to the quarterback and tackle him for a loss.
Back to pass, it's Simpson. He'll take the deep shot. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, the sweet feet. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Williams. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. He's just winning that matchup in the slot every time.
And when you put him in the slot, Reese, he's closer to the quarterback. It's an easier throw. We can run in, we can run out, and really take advantage of his versatility of the guy in that slot position.
The give is to Miller. Oh, better look out. Oh, a lot of space. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
It's caught. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
Well, this defense now is just getting gashed. And if you're the defensive coordinator, you might now want to think about being aggressive, changing up your play calls, and maybe breaking your own tendencies, because you have got to stop this offense just marching down the field.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. From the gun, the ground game. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looks as if he's going to run it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays, and if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. Got it in the middle, it's Cuevas. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. Use the play fake, now to throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there, forces 2nd down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. To the air, it's Simpson. He's got him this time. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And it's 3rd down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. Right down the boulevard, it's good. Now up by 7 points here in the 2nd. That late-in-the-half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Here's the return from inside his 10. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Tuscaloosa. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the...
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Dropping back, it's Pavia. Fires to the big fella. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's too fast for linebackers to cover, and he's too big for DBs to cover. He's a real weapon in this offense.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Snagged in the middle, it's Stowers. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the defense.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on 3rd down. They'll try to get the first through the air. The screen, he's got wheels. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on 3rd down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31.
And the defense brought the blitz on 3rd down, trying to see if they could rattle the quarterback. But how about the poise? He knew where his answer was. He didn't panic or freak out. He just went through his progressions, picked up the first, and we got a fresh set of downs.
The give out of the gun. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Commodores can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. He'll pull it on the read. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. Well, he couldn't find any running room at all, and he'll end up taking a loss on the play.
Yeah, great discipline on defense, too, because if you're going to stop the option, you have to play assignment football. Everybody doing their job. There was just nowhere to go there for the QB.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Got it in the middle. It's Hoskins. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a 1st down.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
The Commodores are on the move. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
It's a nice game, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough at the point of attack.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll run play action. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the 3rd quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
Looking to throw, it's Pavia. A little screen to the running back. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Running a screen pass on 3rd down can be feast or famine, and people going hungry after that one.
Yeah, defense, great job in a critical down and distance on 3rd down, anticipating that this offense may try to sneak one by him on that screen pass. Nothing happening there.
You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Looking downfield on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Looking to fire. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Bernard. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And I think this team knew going into halftime trailing, their defense was going to have to step up here in the 2nd half. And on the very first play of the 3rd quarter, they get a sack. That is good news for this defense.
The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. A low line drive and not his best work. Playing the field position game as he makes the fair catch right at the 50. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today.
And the Commodores with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Quarterback on the keeper. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
A veritable Crimson Tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Pavia. Grab near the marker is Hudson. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
On the run, it's Alexander. Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
With the run on 1st and goal. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
He'll ride his man on the option. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Commodores!
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the 3rd. They covered half the field with a 50-yard touchdown drive and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down and 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those 3rd downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
Leaves it with the back. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. Waves the arm for the fair catch, and the catch is made close to the 30-yard line. Let's see what they have dialed up as this drive starts from the 29-yard line. Runs through a tackle. Across the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play. What a ride. It's been through the first 3 quarters of this game. We are all tied up. Let's check out some stats. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the 4th. And a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Pavia. Finds his tight end. He was hoping to get that thing down the sideline. They get him out of bounds at the 37.
Oh, that's a really nice catch by the big tight end. Throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. They'll try to get it through the air. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
The Commodores send out the punt unit. Here's the return. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. Grabbed in the middle, it's Williams. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down.
Love the play call on the RPO. That time the defender bites on the run fake, and that opens up the window for the slant coming in behind it. Nice job.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Sends it back in motion. Creates a little space. Tackled at the 45 after a 5-yard pickup. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Miller with the ball. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
To the air, it's Simpson. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
Find my guys quickly, know my matchups, get them the football, let them do the rest. So many playmakers now in football. I'm trying to get it to him as fast as possible so he can do that. Right after the catch, make guys miss, make beautiful plays.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. On the run, fires downfield. Got his man to the left. Makes the grab. Defense right there, and they are set up at the 14.
I tell you what, these big-bodied tight ends that can catch the football on the corner routes, it doesn't have to be a perfect throw. You know, usually you got littler guys, it's hard. You got to put the ball more on the money, but this big dude can just go up and get it. You just throw it near the sidelines, he'll do the rest.
Caught behind the line. It's Bernard. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Got out of trouble and throws. Caught over the middle. It's Bernard. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. The give is to Miller. He did not make it a stone wall on third down.
And these are the big decisions you have to make in a football game. How confident are you in your defense? That's all this decision comes down to. If I kick a field goal and I trust my defense, that's how this game could end. Or do I want to roll the dice because I don't believe in my defense?
So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Absolutely center cut. The Crimson Tide has moved on top.
All field goals are not created equal, guys. Kicks in the fourth quarter to take the lead. They just seem to carry so much more weight. So give that young man credit for getting out there and knocking that thing through the uprights with all of the pressure, with all the eyeballs on him. He delivered.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. A run to the right. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And the D does it again. Like, I feel like it's a repeat. You can play that over and over today. They've had a great game against the pass, against the run, limiting the big plays, and they do it again. Just watch them where they're supposed to be. They're physical. They don't give up a lot of tackles, a lot of yards after the tackle. Just a great performance by this D.
To the air, it's Pavia. Quickly out to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Stowers. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
All right, they get the completion. Don't get the first down. So we've got a massive decision now, 4th and inches. Personally, I like QB sneak. I think that picks it up right here. No matter where you are in the field, you can keep this drive going.
And the Commodores line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Wants to bring it back. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. First play of the drive comes from the 41. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
The defense, obviously, at this point is trailing. They need to get the football back. They're expecting run. They know the offense is going to try and bleed the clock, so you got to be good at the point of attack. They were right there. They gave up nothing on that run.
Pass the sticks and still on his feet. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
There's an example of the offense taking advantage of all the attention the defense is giving this outstanding running back. Remember, he's one of the best in the game. They're expecting him to get the football. So the quarterback says, you know what? I'll just keep it. No one's keying on me. I'm going to get upfield and find an explosive play.
The give to the back. Pulled down after a pickup of 5, but they knocked that defense back, and they've got it down to the 34. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. A designed run for the quarterback. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. Looking for a man, it's Simpson. finds his man. It's Miller. And that play just never got started as he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Miller with the ball. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
That is a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. Alabama with a ton of ground to cover on this third down. Goes to the option. He's not going to get there, and this defense really needed a stop like that.
Well, that time on third down, they're trying to see if they can catch the defense napping. They go with the option play, but a great job by the defense being alert, being aware, anticipating it may come. Nothing there. They forced the negative play, now setting up fourth down.
He splits the uprights. That gives him a 16-10 lead. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air, it's Pavia. Fires to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Wants to fire on second down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Looking to throw on first down. Pulls it in. It's Hudson. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one.
And I'm loving the command of this quarterback right here. You can tell he's not worried. He knows his answers. 3 for 3 on the drive, moving the ball down the field, trying to put this offense in a position to get right back in this football game.
The Commodores can really attack on this second and short. Release to the back. Grabbed over the middle. It's Alexander. And that is how we will wrap this one up.